Hello and welcome to this video, which I'm going to show a selection of trains that I saw while staying on the station at St Germans for my holiday. The services are mostly provided by GWR. There are some cross-country services too. We've also got a China Clay train from St Blaise. And I also went out very late in the evening to film the GWR Night Riviera service. It runs between Penzance and Paddington. And the station at St Germans opened in 1859, which was the same year that the Royal Albert Bridge, just down on my right here, opened, connecting the railway between Devon and Cornwall. And at that time, the station was described of ornamental design, conveniently situated close to the town, and consists of arrival, departure and goods stations, all three being constructed of stone. Well, that's not how I remember St Germans Station when I lived down here back in the 1980s and early 90s. In fact, the station was really quite dilapidated at that time, and very few services stopped there. There were no evening services at all stopping there, and none on Sundays. But fast forward to 2024, and the transformation has been remarkable, truly remarkable. And it's really down to Lizzie and Dave, who run Rail Holidays, railholidays.co.uk, and I'll provide some details in the video. And they purchased the old station house on the up platform and renovated it to become their home. And they also, over the years, have brought in 4 railway carriages where you can take a holiday. And there are plans, I believe, for even more to come in the future. And I stayed in one of those carriages, the old luggage van, and I'm producing a video, a separate video, which will feature the old luggage van, and I'll take you on a tour of the inside. And it's really lovely because it's right by the rail tracks, and for a rail enthusiast, I tell you, it's not to be missed. But the station itself is looking better, and it's used now by over 65,000 passengers every year. So it is now getting quite a bit more use. And I'm introducing this video from a beautiful area called Jupiter Point, which was very close to where I used to live. I only lived about 10 minutes up the road from here, and I very often would come here because it's right by the River Liner, and the Liner flows into the Tamar, and of course that takes you down to the bridge, the Royal Albert Bridge. And it's also a naval sea training centre. HMS Raleigh is very nearby, where they train up-and-coming sailors for their career in the Navy. And here they go on sea trials and actually learn various skills that they need for their future careers. And it is a beautiful spot. Just across the river from me is Tremerton Castle. And the railway viaduct, and I will show a few trains passing over that, is just in front of the castle itself, Tremerton Castle. So I hope you enjoy watching the video as much as I've enjoyed filming it. This is St Germans Station, and as I mentioned in my introduction to the video, I stayed here for a week in this wonderful old luggage van, which is one of 4 railway carriages where you can take a holiday. I filmed a separate video about the old luggage van, and this includes a tour of the inside, and I've also included a brief look at the other carriages around this wonderful site at St Germans Station. The 20-minute video is available now on my YouTube channel Stephen Bennett Railways and also on my Facebook page. For a railway enthusiast, it's just a wonderful place to take a holiday, and it's been featured on a number of TV programmes, including Great British Rail Journeys with Michael Portillo, and also the world's most scenic rail journeys on Channel 5, and the architecture the railways built with Tim Dunn. Well, I'm going to watch a few more trains before taking a short 10-minute walk to look at a wonderful railway viaduct which is just outside the village. The Great Western Railway partnered with the Royal National Lifeboat Institution to celebrate that charity's 200th anniversary. And this train has livery which was named after the Penley lifeboat, the RNLB Solomon Brown. Meanwhile, the train that's departing across on platform 1, which is 800033, commemorates the work of Emma Hurrell, who created the Feeding the 5,000 campaign that cooked and delivered over 40,000 meals around the county of Gloucestershire during the COVID pandemic lockdowns. Well, I'm just taking a walk of about 10 minutes or so to look at the wonderful railway viaduct just outside St Germans Station, and I've just paused here briefly to watch this GWR IET crossing the Polbathic Road rail bridge. This very impressive stone viaduct was built over the estuary of the River Nid, and its piers are around 58 feet below the waterline. Its maximum height is 106 feet and it has 17 arches, and the whole structure is 978 feet long. It really is a splendid sight. This stone viaduct here at St Germans was opened in 1908 after the original timber viaduct was demolished, following the conversion of the track along the Cornish Main Line from broad gauge to standard gauge. Well, I'll be filming some more trains at St Germans after dark, but meanwhile I'm hopping on board a train to take a journey of about 7 or 8 minutes or so up the track from here to Saltash, which is the first and last station in Cornwall. About midway between St Germans and Saltash is the Forder Viaduct, which crosses the River Liner. As was the case at St Germans, this viaduct was also constructed in 1908 and replaced an original wooden structure on this site. This has always been one of my favourite views on the approach to Saltash Station, and it's the 2 major bridges that cross the River Tamar. The Royal Albert Bridge, which takes the railway between Cornwall and Devon and opened in 1859, and the Tamar Road Bridge, which opened in 1961. This delightful station building was saved from almost certain demolition when it was purchased by Saltash Town Council. The building had stood empty for a number of years and had become derelict. Following its regeneration in 2021, the building, which is known as Isambard House, has now been created as a community space, along with a brand new tea room. It's so good to see the station looking much brighter and more welcoming than the last time I was here, which was several years ago. And it's also a great advertisement for the railway for passengers crossing from Devon into Cornwall across the Royal Albert Bridge. Well, I'm going to hop on board this Hitachi IET that's coming into Saltash for the short journey back to St Germans, where I'll be filming the station at night. And around the late part of June, it's still very light in the evenings down in this part of the country, and darkness doesn't fall until after 10 o'clock. Trains continue to operate on the Cornish Main Line until around 11 o'clock during the week. But there's also one other train that runs after 11, and that's the GWR Night Riviera service that runs between Penzance and London Paddington 6 nights a week. Well, that's it for this video from St Germans. A lovely station, very well served by trains, and I've really enjoyed my week staying in the old luggage van with lovely views across the main line, Cornish Main Line. I started the video nearby at Jupiter Point, and I've just come up here to Anthony House, National Trust property. I used to live about 5 minutes walk or so across the road from here, and this was a favourite destination of mine. I worked for the National Trust for 20 years, and this is the National Trust property, beautifully maintained. It's the home of the Carew Pole family. But I hope you've enjoyed watching this video from St Germans. There's more to come from both Devon and Cornwall. I hope you'll join me for those.